My name is Ann Dietrich, maiden name King. We were very lucky. We got to go when it was when he had command of Yokosuka. We knew somebody, the Mark Fruden, I think, he was the commander, senior Navy person in Korea. And we went to visit them, and they sent us in their car to the DMZ. That was totally fascinating, and with all this recent stuff, I've been looking at even more carefully. Unfortunately, my son, who was with us, the youngest one, was a year short. You had to be 11, and he was just 10, so he couldn't go. But they sent us in their car up, and we went in. You know, we have when President Trump was there. It looked different then. It was a little fancier now, and we walked around the table in the on the DMZ. It was in a little building on the DMZ on the exact line. And when you walked around the table before you came back, you were in North Korea. I've always treasured that, being able to. It was a little scary in a way, but it was awesome because there were Korean troops on this side of the building and American on this side of the building, and they'd apparently had an incident, a little scuffle, and so the Koreans were huge. You know, Korean people were not huge, but these Koreans were pretty big, and so they had made sure they assigned pretty big Americans on our side, so they'd always be ready. But it was fascinating. And the driver was the admiral's driver that sent us in his car, reached out and touched the little flags in the middle of the table, and he said, "Oh no!" Boy, that almost started a contrast. It's an amazing thing. You know, you go through all these things that are supposed to be villages, and they have recorded sounds of children playing and dogs barking, and they aren't there. It's really very weird. And it was fascinating, just fascinating. Well, I've forgotten about that. That was a high point of that time in Japan.